You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Welcome to episode 76 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
Hi there, I'm your host Sean, and with me once again is...
It's Jason.
How are you, sir?
Fantastic.
It's been
busy, but fantastic.
It's been a while since you've been on the show.
Yes.
And you're back, and it's exciting to have you here. And we're going to be talking about preparing for a baby, because your wife is 174 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And she's going to pop any moment, right?
My phone's on silent, but I'm staring at it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Could happen right now.
Because you never know.
It's nail-biting.
Nail-biting, suspense, and excitement, and nervousness all rolled into one, I'm sure.
That's just what I'm feeling.
Right.
She's completely different.
Well, of course. And we tried to get her on the show, but she wasn't feeling up to it.
She hasn't been feeling up to much of anything lately.
She hasn't. And we'll talk all about that on this episode. Listeners, you may have noticed my voice doesn't sound like it normally does. Maybe it sounds more sexy. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I can't tell. What do you think, Jay? Do I sound super sexy, or do I just sound sick because I feel like crap?
It sounds sick.
I am sick. I went to Toronto this past weekend for a work conference. I have not been on a plane since 1999, and I think the pressure in the cabin of the plane killed me or something. I had a sore throat all weekend.
And let me guess, you won't be going back onto another plane until like $29.99.
I don't know the next time I'll be on a plane, but I just need to recover from this last trip. So I think we'll be able to get through this episode without me keeling over. So we'll just go ahead and continue on with the conversation. But before we get into that, why don't we get the promo for the other podcasts out of the way? We'll just play a random promo from the ESO Podcast Network, and then we can just talk about baby stuff. How does that sound?
That works.
Hey, this is Mike. A few months back, I was given the assignment of creating a new promo for the Earth Station 1 podcast. I figured I had a ton of time, but I kind of got distracted. Go figure. And we realized we had somehow missed our deadline. So here I am late at night trying to figure out something creative to get you to listen to our show. I guess I could just use my announcer voice. Listen to the Earth Station 1 podcast. For almost 9 years, we've been bringing your inner geek out to play. We're a founding member of the ESO Network, and you can find us up on most media players like iTunes, Stitcher Radio, or wherever fine podcasts are found. I think that might work.
That was a great promo for whatever podcast I played, and I hope you listen to it.
Sure.
Okay, so you, sir.
Me.
Yes, you are going to have a baby. You're going to be a father again.
Again.
How does that make you feel?
In shortage of any word, I'm excited. It's fabulous.
That's a good thing.
But I'm getting older.
Well, you're 36. When did you turn 36?
April.
Okay. And your daughter, she just turned 9 in September.
Yep.
So...
There's a 9-year... Well, yeah, how do you consider that? 9-year difference?
There's a 9-year difference.
9-year difference.
Yeah, it is.
That's a pretty big gap for siblings.
Yeah, because Bella has been an only child for nine years.
Yep.
So... How does she feel about it?
Oh, she's excited too. She can't wait.
Yeah?
Every other word out of her mouth is about being a big sister. Oh. And I'm happy.
Good.
I'm happy that she's excited about it, because I have seen some reactions with different children, and it's not good.
Because they feel like they're being replaced or pushed out.
Exactly. The words... "You're going to love the baby more than me" have already come out of Bella's mouth.
Oh.
And we've had to reassure her that that's not the case.
Yeah. It's just that the baby's going to need more attention
Exactly.
for quite a while. And you explain that to her, and she
gets
it.
She gets it.
Well, that's good. And 9 years old. She's old enough to understand.
Yep. And we've tried to put into her that she's going to have some responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to, we're going to entrust her to do things that, for her age appropriateness, she's going to have to help out with.
Right. And that's good.
And that's kind of got her out of the, oh, mommy and daddy's going to love her more than me.
Because she gets to be involved.
Exactly.
And it gets to be her kid too, kind of.
Yep.
So
Yep.
give her ownership of the situation.
Exactly. Some responsibility at a young age.
Yeah.
She gets to help raise her baby sister.
That's right. And that's exciting for a kid.
Yep.
I think. Because when we had Bishop, Dakota was already 10 years old. And by the time Bishop was a little bit older, Dakota was almost like a secondary mother to him.
Okay.
So, and she still is. So yeah, it's the same kind of thing. How have you been preparing over the last 8 or 10 months?
It's been like preparing for the apocalypse.
Tell me more.
Oh, the purchasing of clothing and necessities and diapers. You should see the closet in my spare room.
I have seen it.
Okay, then you know what I'm going through.
Yes, and Julie, your wife, started purchasing all the things almost immediately.
Oh yes,
Like there was no waiting. She didn't know the gender of the baby, and she just started buying stuff.
Oh, she started buying everything. I mean, right now, I think my unborn child has more of a wardrobe than I do.
Is that right?
Yes. I'm good with that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, to be prepared, in my opinion, is a godsend.
Well, because babies are expensive.
Yes. When Bella was born, we had the conversation whether we wanted to find out if it was a boy or a girl. And I didn't want to find out. I wanted the act of the surprise. My wife, on the other hand, could not handle that.
She wanted to know.
She wanted to know. She needed to know because of, well, we need to buy things and not everybody wants gender neutral things for baby showers.
Of course. Did you guys have a baby shower? I don't remember.
No.
Not for this one.
No, not for this one. We did have one for Bella. Actually, it was in my parents' backyard. And this one, no, it was more of a immediate family gathering where where her family bought her, I think it was a car seat.
Oh.
And a couple of other things.
Because you had a lot of stuff already.
My wife went crazy as soon as she found out it was pregnant after 3 months, after the first trimester.
Yeah.
Once that dangerous period is over with, it ballistic. Clothing, and I had to dig out the crib. We kept Bella's crib.
Right, because you had kept some things.
We had kept some things. We had kept some clothes, but majority of things we got rid of because this wasn't actually a planned child.
Right, because
This was an oops.
you're 36. I assume Julie's 36 or thereabouts.
She's 3 days older than I am.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
My birthday is on the 17th. Hers is on the 14th.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Right on.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys are very close in age.
Very.
So you're both 36, and
We had tried in the past,
Yeah.
actually, sadly. We had a pregnancy a year ago and lost it.
right, I remember that.
And my wife had actually given up on the thought. And then a year later, here we are.
Here you are preparing.
Both pregnancies were under birth control.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
She was on birth control for both of them.
You've got some strong swimmers, my friend.
And she reminds me of it every single day.
Right. I bet she does.
The words she uses are, "You did this to me."
I don't know.
Yep. You know where I'm going with this. You all right?
I don't know.
You'll be all right.
It's funny, but I'm also trying to suppress a cough. But yeah, I know exactly where you're going with that. No, I'm not going to pause it. I'll just
right.
leave that all
I'm
in
just-
because it's all good. It's all fine.
Okay.
The listeners know I'm sick, and it was kind of a laugh. It was kind of a cough. I don't know. But getting back to what we were talking about, you did this to me, she says.
Yep, those were her words. You did this to me. Some of the words, sometimes she's a little bit more moodier, and the language gets a little bit more fruitful.
Oh.
Sometimes she's angry about it.
Right, but she doesn't.
The mood swings are crazy.
But she doesn't regret it.
No, not for a second.
And you both are looking forward to it immensely because you'd wanted another child for a long time.
For sure. Oh, we have.
Yes.
Actually, we were kind of hoping it would have happened a lot sooner than this.
Well, right, because nine and a half years between kids is
Yep.
a bit of a.
It's a bit of a stretch.
It is.
And like I said, I'm 36.
Yeah.
I'm no spring chicken.
Right. I know. I hear you.
I'm getting older.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on having a kid this late in life.
Exactly. Like if it was for me, I'm 42 right now. I can't imagine having a kid at this age. I can imagine it because I have a good, strong imagination. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to.
You just think about that. Like, my daughter's going to be born 5 days before Christmas.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
I'm 36.
Yeah.
So by the time she's 15, I'm 50.
Yeah, dude. You're gonna be 50.
I'm middle aged by the time she's a teenager.
Yeah. You're an old dad, but you're not an old dad for Bella.
No.
So,
When I was 27.
do you feel like you have the energy to chase around a little rugrat or whatever you want to call
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I do. But I'm also the type of father that I'm also the type of man that I don't care what it takes out of me.
Yeah.
As long as my wife and my family are happy.
Well, let's talk about that for instance. You have been working like a madman lately.
Don't you know it?
Yes, I do. So you've been preparing. Tell me how.
Apocalypse. Hoarding money.
Hoarding money.
Hoarding stuff. Just
Working crazy hours.
14 hours a day, 12, 14 hours a day every day.
Yeah.
Taking as many overtime shifts as I can, working Saturdays.
Right. To prepare.
Mm-hmm.
Because, well, you have to.
Well, I'm down to a one income household now.
Exactly. Because she's been off work, since September?
Yeah, she went on sick leave about 3 months ago.
Yeah. And as we're recording this, we're what? Well, today's November the 20th, and this will be out on the 22nd. And then...
Actually, it's December the 20th that the C-section is booked.
Yeah, so that's exactly a month away.
Yep. A month away from today, actually, this coming Thursday. Well, which would be the day that this is released. It is exactly 4 weeks.
Right. So that's exciting. It's scary.
I'm scared.
Why are you scared? What are you scared of?
I haven't done this in 9 years.
Yeah.
The first time wasn't exactly a pleasurable experience. It was pleasurable because it was the birth of Bella.
Yeah.
But the hospital she was born in, I'm pretty sure that if I would have went to the medical board with what happened, I could have had that maternity ward shut down.
Was that here?
No, it was in Etobicoke General Hospital.
Okay.
For anybody listening, if you have the option, don't go there.
Right. Okay.
It's not a very nice place.
Well, I'll tell you. I've talked about my experiences with childbirth and the trauma that I've gone through. So anytime I know somebody who's pregnant, I'm freaked out for them for the entire time. And then when they actually go into the hospital, my stress level goes out the roof. Even if it's not my kid or has nothing to do with me, I'm stressed out for the other person. And it's hard for me to even go into the hospital and visit them. So,
well, I won't expect you to come and say hello, but I will let you know when I'm home.
I'm sure I'll go visit. I can do that.
The way this has been planned out, the 20th is a Thursday morning. And we will be in the hospital for at least 2 days. So sometime Saturday, we should be home. So I'll call you on Sunday and you can come over.
I'll be there as soon as I can.
All right.
Of course.
Uncle Sean.
Uncle Sean. That's right. I like that.
You'll like it.
Yeah. And you're only like a block and a half from my house.
You could walk to my house.
I could walk to your... Well, not in this cold, but...
Well, no. And you do enough walking in the cold.
I do enough walking in the cold. For an evening.
Which it might be why you're feeling like a bag of crap right now.
No, I think it was from the airplane ride.
You're set on that, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so, because that's when I started feeling like crap.
Well, flying's not for everybody.
No, and the air in Toronto was different from the air here up in Timmins.
Don't you know it?
So it was warmer there, but it's just different. It's a different feel.
It's a wet.
Yeah, it's totally different.
I'm from there, so I know how it is, but that's why I live up here now.
Yeah.
We moved up here for the sake of the family.
Oh, there you go. And the family's expanding.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Now I think I need to buy a bigger house.
You think so?
Yep.
Well, you got a 3-bedroom right now.
I got a 3-bedroom, but it's still pretty small.
It's crampy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
That's what we're preparing for. The conversation has already come out. Well, we're gonna see what happens after the baby's born. If we feel too cramped, we're gonna sell it and buy bigger.
well, it's not necessarily a bad idea.
No, but more stress.
More stress.
More stress. You
Yeah.
need to spend more money.
Of course, work longer hours.
And that's the other thing, that as you're growing up,
Yeah.
you realize that, your time in this world is getting shorter.
Yes.
I'm 36. I ain't no spring chicken. I'm getting more and more tired, but now the older I get, the more money I need, the bigger house I need.
Funny how that works.
You see where I'm going here?
Yeah, I totally do.
When Bella was born, I didn't have the amazing job I have now. I
Yeah.
didn't make the amount of money I made up here.
Right.
Actually, I lived in Toronto. My rent was $1,700 a month
Ouch.
for a townhouse.
Yikes.
Yes. So when Bella was born, I was poor.
Well, yeah.
I was a long haul truck driver. I was never home.
Right.
I lived in a truck 6 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky to get home 1 day a week.
Brutal.
Nasty. And when I came home from one of my trips and my daughter looked at me like, who the hell are you? Oh, wait, we got to go explicit now. Sorry about
The
that.
hell is okay.
Okay.
You can say that.
By when Bella looked at me and was like, who the heck are you? I gave up the long haul and I went day cab, and it still wasn't any good.
No, eh?
No. But now that I'm 9 years down the road, I'm living in Timmins. I got more money than I did down there. I own my house up here.
Yeah.
I realize how much more money I have to spend now that I have another child coming.
Right. And
Children are expensive.
yes, they are. They sure are. You're having a daughter.
Yes.
You already know that. So,
Mm-hmm.
and you've already had a daughter.
Yep.
Is there anything that you've learned from the first one that you're going to change or do differently or do the exact same with the new one? Like, is there any life lessons that you've learned that you can share with us?
Girls are very, very unexpected. I don't know how to put this into words. Unlike myself, I know who I am.
Yeah.
I'm a guy.
Yeah, you are.
Okay? I know what to expect. I kind of know what to expect if I were to have a boy. I get it. You don't know what it's like
To be a girl.
to be a girl until you are the father of a girl.
Right.
Your perspective on life changes because you're holding
Precious cargo.
precious cargo that is the opposite sex of you, and you don't know how to react.
I bet.
This one's not going to pee in your eye.
No.
It's going to surprise you. Do you see where I'm going
I
here?
think so, yeah.
There's no expectations. You can't put an expectation on what to expect. It's going to surprise you at every turn.
Did you read any of those What to Expect When You're Expecting books or any of that
No,
stuff?
I just wing it.
You just wing it.
Just wing it.
Like the podcast, we just wing it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just wing it.
Are you sad you didn't have a boy?
No,
You didn't want a son? Or you would
I did want a son. I was honestly hoping for a boy. I wanted daddy's little boy.
Of course. But you're happy with whatever you
But
get.
I'm happy with whatever I get. And you know what? Now I've got I will have two amazingly beautiful little girls.
There you go.
And that just means I get to buy a bigger gun.
Right. See? You're all set then. Everything's working out fine.
I honestly feel sorry for Bella's first boyfriend.
Well, hopefully that's still a ways away. Hard to say. She's 9. Kids move fast these days, but let's hope she's at least 12 to 15 before.
I told her she's not allowed to have a boyfriend until she's 50.
Oh, okay.
Because by the time she's 50, I'm dead.
You think so?
Maybe not quite dead, but too old to give a damn.
That's 40 years from now. Yeah, you'll be...
I'll be close to death.
76.
Be close to death. I'll be too old to care.
I don't think you ever get too old to care. It's your family. It's your little girl. Even if she is 50.
Yeah. In reality, I know it's only a couple of years away.
It is.
But if it was till she was 50 and she listened to that rule, which I know she's not going to,
No.
that's how I'm mentally preparing myself for it. She's going to wait until she's 50, and by that time I'll be old and have dementia and not care.
Don't you want grandkids?
Yes, but that's a different topic for a different day.
That is totally a different topic. I don't have grandkids. You don't have grandkids.
At this point in my life, I don't want grandkids.
Not yet.
Right now?
A little bit too
no.
early. A little bit too early. I think I need to talk to some old people for the podcast.
Yes.
Get their perspective. That's not a bad idea.
Maybe.
One of these days. Still so many topics to cover, Jay.
Yes, yes.
So many. So, is there any parting wisdom you'd like to share with listeners who may be going through a similar experience as you, or?
I would go as far as saying, prepare.
Like you have been.
Like I have been. Get the stuff you need early while you can afford it, because eventually you're going to drop down to a one single income house.
Yeah. So spread the expenses out over the 8 months or whatever.
Exactly. Plan your money. Plan your time off. Expect the unexpected.
It's good advice.
Because it's going to throw you for a curveball.
Of course.
Speak of the devil.
What's the matter? You got a text? You got to go home?
That's my wife. No, she's just asking me when I'm coming home.
Okay.
It's okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah, she's all right.
Okay. As long as she's safe and healthy and everything's okay.
Yeah, she's laying in bed wondering what time I'm coming home because she can't sleep.
Oh, she can't sleep without you?
Yeah, apparently that's one of the things. The moodiness. Be prepared, gentlemen. The moodiness.
You've had a lot of that, I guess.
I've had, yes, a lot of that.
Yeah.
1 minute my wife is all nice and pleasant and happy-go-lucky.
Yes.
Next minute the horns and the claws come out. It's World War III. And then the next minute she's apologizing because she changed moods again.
Right.
If you're a man and in a relationship with a pregnant woman, be prepared, guys.
Sounds good to me.
The roller coaster of pregnancy.
It's true. I remember those days.
Good luck.
They're a long time ago for me, but I do remember.
Yeah, Bishop's what, 12 now?
He's going to be 13 in 2 weeks.
Oh,
So,
teens.
yeah.
You're out of the 12. You're into a teenager now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's I'm going to present all kinds of things.
But you've had but it's a boy.
He's a boy. Yeah. So I know what to expect.
Yeah.
Mostly. Except now with social media and all the knowledge these kids have that we didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot different. And he's not a talker like I am. So it's hard to know what
I kind of got that, yeah.
He's a very quiet boy.
He's very reserved.
He is. Hopefully he I was too, though, at that age. So
I think everybody was at one point.
yeah,
Everybody gets there at a different stage, though.
true enough.
I was very reserved.
Yeah, you
Yep,
really?
believe it.
I don't.
Neither do I.
Yeah,
But I can remember it.
it's crazy, right?
It is.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the time that my daughter becomes reserved. Because right now, she's not.
No, what is
No, she will talk to anybody and everybody, just like me.
she? Oh, there you go.
But she's very out there and open. But then again, she's shy.
Yeah, she has her moments.
Yeah, 1 minute she's happy-go-lucky talking to everybody. Next minute she's hiding behind me, not wanting to talk to anybody. Shy is it's strange,
It is. Kids are weird.
but I love it.
Kids are weird, but we wouldn't have it any other way.
Would I change my life right now? Not a chance.
Not a chance. I know it.
Not a chance in the world.
Very good. All right, so we'll wrap up the podcast so you can get home to the wife so you can get some sleep.
Oh, sure.
And thanks for sharing your story of preparing for baby with us. And,
Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, this will be my last one for a little while.
well, maybe not. We'll see.
I might be able to get back to you, but I'm 4 weeks away.
We'll see how it goes.
I still have a lot of prepping to do.
Yeah.
And hopefully not a lot of snow shoveling.
Yeah. So far, we've been pretty lucky. So
Yep.
we'll go with that.
Yep.
All right. So, listeners, once again, thanks for coming by the forge and stoking the fires with us, and sharing the links and joining the Facebook group and doing whatever you do to support the podcast. Take care until next week, and remember, you have to have been through it in order to understand it. This has been another episode of the Soul Forge Podcast. Find us on Twitter at SoulForgePod, or email the show via soulforgepodcast@gmail.com. Soul Forge is a production of Sean Vanderloo and Friends. You can find Sean on Twitter and Instagram at Darth Vaderloo. Remember to visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links, and share the show with everyone you know. Thanks for stopping by the Forge. We'll keep the fires lit until your next visit.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping through Amazon.com or the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.